Good morning everybody, this is Rory Holiday, the physiotherapist. We're going to be talking about stiff necks today and what we can do about them. It's a problem I see quite often, and more often than not we find that the stiffness that you've got in the neck is coming from muscles that are trying to be protective. Of course the joints can get stiff as well, but this little trio of exercises is going to be mainly looking at muscles and how to get them to relax and release. And that's usually the problem. They're not tight, they're just working a little bit hard to be protective. So this is how we get them to calm down a little bit. Now, a lot of the time when you're in clinic and you're treating somebody, you're going to be doing some hands-on treatment with those muscles. And there's a lot of that you can do at home as well. So I'm going to teach you a little bit of the self-massage technique for some of these muscles, and then some nice, really gentle stretches to try and convince those muscles that they can let go and relax. So you need three things: a seat to sit on, ideally a firm ball, tennis ball or something similar to that, and a belt, but it's got to be quite a long belt. This is a belt I've taken off a bag. You can maybe find a luggage belt or a really long cargo belt, something like that, because we're going to be using that across the shoulder as a bit of a sash sort of setup. Now, the point of the ball is that that's going to be the thumbs as I would have them on you if I was treating you. So we're going to be using the ball on the muscle, and the belt is going to be putting pressure through the ball. So I'm going to look for usually the target points on the top of the shoulder, in the upper trapezius, one of the muscles called levator scapula, just in the back of there. We're going to try and target those points. So have a bit of a feel on the top. Where does it feel tight? Where does it feel tender? And then we're going to try and put the ball on that point. And then we're going to try and put the belt over the ball. Okay, so the breadth of the belt over the ball, and you can hold on to both of those at the same time. And then I'm going to take hold of the belt with my other hand, and I'm just going to pull that down. And as I put my weight of my hand down, that's transmitted through the ball into that muscle. And for some people that might be quite tender, particularly if you've got a bit of a pain episode at the moment. That might be enough, just gentle pulsing of that ball up and down. Move the ball back a little bit and pulse up and down, move it out to the side a little bit and pulse up and down. But if we can, we're going to hold it in position, and then from there you can rest that other arm down. We're just going to move the head over to the side. So I'm just taking my ear down to my shoulder, and we're going to do a few repetitions of that, breathing throughout. I'm going to do some rotations one way, rotations the other, and all the time that ball is putting downward pressure on the muscle, and you will find a position that feels most effective, where it feels like it gets in there. And you can just spend a couple of minutes working on each side with that, and that should be enough to begin with. Warms the muscles up a little bit and gets us ready for a gentle stretch. So we'll take this out of the way, and now we're going to look at the movements that we're going to be using for the stretches. There's lots of muscles on the side of the neck and around the back of the neck, and basically they've all got their specific stretches, but essentially it all comes down to rotating and side bending and adding a little bit of a forward bend or a backward bend into it, and it's just about combining those movements together to find the best stretch for you. So I'm going to have one arm down, and I'm going to be holding on under the edge of a chair, or even the chair leg if you've got quite long arms like me, and then all we're going to do is lean the head in the opposite direction. So I'm side bending away, looking forwards all the time, and this is the critical thing. Can you keep looking forwards? Most of you will want to tip down a little bit, which is fine, but we need to have a bit of a stretch looking forwards to begin with. So use a mirror if we need to, and we're only going to take the weight of the head over until you feel like there's a bit of a stretch down this side. If you're getting a pinch on this side first, ease off, drop the head forwards a little bit, and then go again and see if you can avoid the pinch. From there, just have a nice deep breath in, and then breathe it all out. And as you breathe out, you feel the shoulder blades drop a little bit, and you might just stretch a little further. Do that again, nice deep breath in, and then breathe that out again, and bring that back in. Okay, we're going to have a go at that again, but we're going to add a little something to it. We're going to draw the chin in a little bit, giving yourself a bit of a double chin. Keep that double chin, side bend that over, and you feel that's a little bit tighter. Have another deep breath, and then breathe that all out. And we're going to have that 2 or 3 breaths in that position, each time trying to incrementally relax a little bit further over, not pushing into pain. Okay, gently ease out. So that's the flat stretch looking forwards. We're going to add something into that now that brings in a bit more of the stretchful muscles at the front and side of the neck here. So we're going to keep the chin tucked in a little bit. We're going to side bend it over, and then we're going to just have a look up in the opposite direction. Okay, And as you look up into the opposite direction, you feel the stretch comes in a little bit more there. And again, big deep breath in, and then breathe it all out. And some of these muscles you're stretching, they attach down onto the first and second ribs. So when you breathe out, the ribs drop and they add a bit more of a stretch. Okay, one more breath. And breathe that out. And gently ease back into position. Last stretch that we're going to do. We're going to target those muscles around the back, the upper trapezius, levator scapula, some of the other neck extensors, and this is where we've got a little bit more license to play around with a position to find the best place. So we're going to start off with the chin tucked in a little bit, we're going to side bend it over, and then we're going to rotate down to look at the opposite shoulder. Okay, from there, if that doesn't feel like it's stretching at all, just drop the chin forwards a little bit. But as you drop the chin forwards, I say the chin, I mean more the forehead goes forwards and down. The chin stays tucked up in toward your throat, and we might get a nice stretch into the back of that neck and shoulder. And again, nice deep breath, and gently breathe it out. 2 or 3 of these, gently ease out, and then we're going to do it all on the opposite side as well. Always try and balance things up when you do your stretches, so do both sides. If you feel like you've done these a few times over and are not quite getting to the point of tightness, but you know that it's not painful to do them either because you've done it a few times, we can add a little bit of extra load into it. So I'm going to do this on the opposite side. We're going to stretch the back of that muscle again. This time we're going to be using the load of my arm to add a little bit more to it. So again, I've got the hand down under the chair, holding onto the chair leg. I side bend over, I turn down to look at my shoulder, drop the forehead forward, and I'm going to put my hand over the back. I call this one sniffing the armpit. You're going to get your nose into there. You're going to just let the weight of your arm hang on the head, nothing more. You're not really pulling, you're just letting the weight of the arm come onto there. Nice deep breath in, breathe that all out. And again, it's 2 or 3 breaths in that position, nice and gentle. So I wouldn't start with this one, but you can certainly progress to it if you know that you're able to do it without any sense of provocation. Okay, take your time with these, maybe do them once a day, see how you respond with those earlier ones first. If you're happy that they're okay after a couple of attempts over a couple of days, add in that arm, and that can be added into the side bend one. It can even be added into this one where we're looking up towards the ceiling as well. Just take your time with it, don't force it, and let your breathing do the work. Okay. Good to speak to you. I'll see you again later. Bye-bye.